Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Incompetent Nerds. I'm your host, Tank, with Mark, and
I'm Marc.
yeah, it sure is Mark. And today we got a nice show for you. Let's get this ball rolling.
Yeah, coming to you in the heart of January,
Uh,
exactly the 15th.
yeah,
And today's topic is winter weather. We definitely live on opposite sides of the country, and we have different versions of that. But
much agreed.
it's been hitting everybody pretty hard lately, so we're gonna talk about it.
Oh yeah. So let's see. Chicago's weather's been fucking shitty and cold. We had some snow over the weekend. Not even the weekend. It was Saturday night. Not
Mhm.
even, it was Saturday day. It just kept snowing that whole fucking day. But coming soon, we should. I think we're having like 2 3 days of fucking snow.
Yeah,
So the thing
like
is,
through the weekend.
yeah, through the weekend. I know it's. I think it's Saturday, Sunday. It's snowing. Let me see. Let me pull up the 5 day. This is not Chicago. This is Fox Valley. Don't know where the fuck that's at. Yeah, what the fuck? How you gonna just fuck that up
See
for me?
my Yeah, we got rain through Thursday. This is like a biggest storm like I've ever seen SoCal. Like when a storm is like more than a day here,
Yeah,
it's like a big deal.
yeah,
So I mean, I even downloaded the NOAA weather app,
yeah.
and I'm like looking at the radar, and I'm just like, wow, this thing is freaking huge.
What is it? So Friday night we got a 90% chance of snow, accumulating from 1 to 3 inches. Then Saturday in the morning we have 100% chance of snow, which will accumulate up to 3 to 5 inches.
Oh wow.
Yep. Then it kind of like drops off. Chances of snow is not 40%. So basically Friday night and Saturday morning through Saturday night, it's gonna be a lot of snow. Here's the thing about winter, and here's my thing. Born and raised in Chicago, through all the winters, either be it the coldest or warmest, whatever.
Hmm.
Um, I could deal with the cold. I just hate the wind.
Okay.
Like if it's very little to no wind outside, but it's like it's -3 degrees outside and there's no wind, I'm fucking fine.
Right.
But once that wind catches up, oh, there's nothing like looking at that what it feels like outside temperature. Like, oh, okay, what's the
Yeah, it's
temperature?
always like it always screws you because it's like in Arizona, I used to wake up and I used to be like, oh yeah, the sun's out. But then I look at the phone and it's like 4 degrees. I was like, what the?
He's like, it was like it's 14 degrees outside. Oh, okay, I could deal with that. Feels like -4. He's like, ah, fuck me.
Yeah, it's definitely, you definitely can't go by
The temp,
you
yeah,
can't go by what the temperature says. You have to go by like
what it
what
feels like.
the feels.
No, that's definitely what I go by now because and I hate how this is so like tiny because I have my Apple phone, so I have the weather app on there, which is connected to the weather channel.
Hmm.
Um, is it the weather channel? Like, who is it that has it? Yeah, it is the weather channel that it uses. And I just hate how small the text is. Like for the detailed information. Like, oh, it feels like 5 degrees. Like, I don't care. That should be up there. I gotta go outside.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's like the worst part is like underestimating the temperature or like what's going to happen in the day, because then it's like not only do I feel shitty the whole day, but I'm just like my pants or whatever I chose to wear today is getting soaked
Yeah,
from the wind. And it's like I thought it was going to not stop raining or the opposite here is like you think it's going to be colder than it is, right? And then it just all of a sudden gets hot. And you're like, why did I bring this whole jacket to like work when there was no need for it, right?
now you're just walking outside with a fucking winter coat around your waist as you're walking to your car. Like, son of a bitch.
Exactly. Like, it's like it always changes. But I mean, I have to say, SoCal is pretty blessed. Like, a week of rain, and it's like our drought is like over after that. Like we're
Yeah.
good for the year.
We got a week of rain. You know what that means? We can start doing water challenges. Let's get this shit going.
Exactly,
The bucket
exactly.
challenge. Who was it? I think it was a friend of mine's because I did a bucket challenge when they was all hyped up, and he was
Uh-huh.
he was like, "That's still waste of water. Like you shouldn't be doing that." I'm like, first of all, bro, I live in Chicago. It's been raining for like the past something fucking weeks.
That was me who told you that
Oh yeah, that
because
was you.
you nominated me, and I was like, I can't do that, man. Like, I'll
I'll get
get
locked
fined.
up. I
Yeah,
get fined and serve
and
like
you're just like,
30 days of.
yeah, that was when you had a crazy winter, and then we had like no winter, and then yeah, that was
Yeah, and
like
then
the
the
start of the
summer.
drought.
Yeah, when the summer kicked in, because I did it in the summer. We just had crazy rain. When that happened. Yeah, I did
Oh,
nominate you. I
shit.
nominated you and my other guy.
Yeah, but like the one thing though that's worth it is like most of the time, the hills are like pretty dark and it's dirt and it's all dead right in the winter.
Yeah,
But like every time it rains, like that day after when the sun comes out, like we just get that instant green, and it's like
it's
it's a
alive.
it's a pretty cool sight. Yeah, just
Yeah.
everywhere it's like just turns green overnight.
No, that must be a nice sight to see every now and then. Like my days
Yeah,
are
for
really
sure.
bad. I'm not feeling well. Ugh, what I gotta do with this? And you wake up the next morning like, oh wow, the trees are green, the bushes are out, there's flowers growing. Must have been from the rain yesterday. That
Yeah, it
gloomy day
changes.
we
It
went.
definitely changes your outlook for sure,
Oh
for
yeah.
sure. What do you? So since you got snow coming up this weekend, like what are you gonna do? Like what are your plans?
Stay in. I'm not a kid anymore. I don't go outside and throw snowballs or act buck or make snow angels. I used to make freaking. I used to try to make igloos. That was pretty intense. Me trying to make igloos. Never could actually make it properly, but just well enough.
It's a street igloo.
Yeah. Especially it's not the
Doesn't have
proper
to count.
snow. It's not like the temperature is not the proper temperature for the snow. So I should make like the bricks for an igloo, but I still
Right,
tried. And
right.
all I did, what I used to do when I was a kid was I used to have either a shovel or something to even like close to a shovel, pack up all the snow and then pack it real tight as I can, and then start digging through like underneath and start slowly carving in. I could never make it was more like a tunnel than it was
Mm-hmm.
like an igloo to like chill inside because I could never make it that high for me to just like carve enough
Right,
for me to sit down.
right.
So
Yeah, that's like tough.
yeah, and one of the worst experiences I had when I was a kid was it collapsed on me. I was
Oh
by
shoot.
myself under there doing the same thing, making a tunnel, and then as I'm going through, I'm like, man, this is kind of a tight spot. Good thing I'm not claustrophobic, because this would damn it. So it took me about a good 20 minutes to a half hour because it wasn't like I was in an avalanche. I was fine,
Right.
but it took me a good minute to wiggle myself out
Yeah,
because the
sure.
only thing that were exposed were my legs. I'm like, at least these guys
Mm-hmm.
are exposed, which means I could. If somebody comes around like, "Hey, you need help?" Yeah, pull me out. But it was easy for me to like wiggle through.
Yeah, there was one in at NAU. It was pretty big. It was pretty gigantic. It was like there were 60, like at least 60 people like helping, and like the engineering students get involved, and like they're measuring everything out, and like it's pretty efficient, right?
Yeah,
But then it started snowing again, and like half the people just like was like peace out, it's like they wanted to hang in the snow but just for like 15 minutes. So eventually we got to like 3 or 4 a.m. when like the stuff started to freeze, and like it was only a couple guys,
yeah.
and like we finally built it big enough to like get inside. And then first thing the homie does is like light up a joint. And I'm just like, all right, guys, like I'm not trying to get arrested right now. On campus, like it was literally in the center of campus.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm gonna peace out. And then uh like the next day just somebody like kicked it in or whatever, and then it was all gone, and then it never built back up again. But
Yeah.
it was for that one night, it was like pretty sick.
I remember, let me see. I'm looking up like so I forgot what year it was. It was this year, yeah. So in 2011, I think it was
Mm-hmm.
11 if I'm not mistaken. Or was it the 15? So January 31st to February 2nd, 2015. No, it wasn't that.
Mm-hmm.
It was not that. It was definitely this one. So January 31st to February 2nd of 2011, we had a blizzard that was 21.2 inches of snow.
Woo.
And they called it the snow apocalypse.
Okay.
And
So what constitutes a blizzard? Hold on. Like, how many inches have to be a blizzard?
to tell you the truth, I'm not entirely sure because it seems like there was a blizzard in December 17th through the 19th in 1929. This is the top 10, which was 14.8 inches. So I'm guessing anything over a foot of
Okay.
snow is considered a blizzard. I don't know what class. What class? No, let me look it up since I'm on my computer. What classifies
Yeah, I'm looking it up too. I'm like low key curious.
a blizzard? Yeah, I have a colleague who's was it what defines a blizzard? Let's see.
Large amounts of snow or blowing snow with winds of 35 miles an hour and visibility is less than a quarter mile,
Yep.
at
That's
least for 3 hours.
yep. Well, I have a colleague of mine who moved to Chicago, I think 2 years ago. Never, and who always heard stories about Chicago's blizzard. Always wanted to experience it, never did. So,
Hmm.
what you call it? This is he's been talk. We've been telling him like, hey, who knows, bro? I'm like, this might be the year because there's always that might be like this might be the year the Cubs win.
Sure.
So they finally did it. Um, but let me go back to my original story of 2011. It was me and my family were in the living room watching TV. We're watching a movie, and as we're sitting down in the living room, it was me, my siblings, and my mother. Um, we literally like this was a straight movie night. We hardly did this, and it was the first time we actually were doing this in a long time.
Hmm.
So we made popcorn. We had our our sodas and everything, and boop, boop, we put on the movie. We're not even halfway into it, and then the power goes out
Oh,
because
brutal.
we knew about the blizzard and we could clearly see outside our window. It looks kind of hellish outside, but
Uh-huh.
then the power goes off, and I think the power went off like around 11 p.m. And
Ooh.
because of our furnace, it's gas heated, but the controls, of course, is electricity, and it didn't have a battery in it. It didn't came
Right.
with a battery backup, so we had no heat.
Ooh. So what'd
So
you do?
shit. So that night, this is when we had our pups, our dogs. My brother, my sister shared a bed to keep warmth. Me, I slept with my dog to keep warmth because I think this was when my brother was coming from. My brother was coming. He came from on his winter vacation from college, staying in the city.
Hmm.
So he slept in my sister's room to stay warm, while my mother slept with my other dog to keep warm. So since the heat was already on, the houses was already warm. We all go to sleep. We wake up the next morning, and you're able to, that fog when you breathe out when it's too fucking cold.
Hmm.
That saying what everybody says, I could see my breath.
Hmm.
I woke up like that. I was like, yo. I literally covered myself up, and I'm hugging my dog because um, both of our dogs were pit bulls, and they were already like I think 4 or 5 years old at this time, so they were pretty already full grown, and they emit a lot of heat. So I'm like, thank God she was sleeping with me because my dog was keeping me warm. Because if I slept alone, I would have been pissed.
You would have been KIA, yeah.
Oh my god! So the morning we all woke up, we all ran to the kitchen. Half of us had blankets on. My mother is, since the stove is still working, of course, it's gas. She's
Mm-hmm.
boiling some eggs. She's baking some. She was baking what you call it, cinnamon rolls and stuff like that, just to get some heat at
Mm-hmm.
least in the kitchen for all of us.
Right.
My siblings are sitting on the other side of the table, which is closer to the stove to stay warm. I'm sitting on the other side. I'm like, I don't care. I have like these fucking. I had some thick ass socks and a blanket over me.
Well, you remember the socks.
I remember the
It's like
socks.
it's like one of the worst experiences of your life, but you're just like, yeah, I had really thick socks on. I was like, I
No,
remember
the thing is,
that.
because here's the thing: I don't wear socks. I don't wear socks when I
Yeah,
go to
yeah,
bed.
yeah.
I don't wear socks when I go to bed, or when I'm at home. I hate wearing socks, especially when I'm when I'm going to sleep. I hate wearing socks.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember wearing these thick ass socks, and I'm like, okay, at least my feet are pretty warm. Um, so we're like, you know what? It's too damn cold in the house. My pups love to sleep under the blanket, so we're like, so they'll be fine. They'll probably go underneath the blanket, and they'll be fine. So we all got geared up and went outside. And homie, the damn snow was like up to my freaking kneecap. Like
Mm-hmm.
the side streets were not plowed. The main streets they were plowing. There were people were trying to plow. People were even calling like private folks or their friends who had like ATVs, which were attaching like shovels in front to like
Right, right,
help with the snow. So we're going. So we see people going through all that. My brother goes, "Hey, you think Buddy would let me ride that?" I'm like, "Hell no! Don't even try to ask
right.
him." So we're walking down a side street, and my aunt used to live in the same building as us, and we see her and her husband are just going nuts, shoveling out the snow from their car. And it's funny
Mm-hmm.
because me and my brothers decided to be idiots and walk in the middle of the street because no cars are coming through. The damn side street is packed with snow, like up to our kneecaps. So me and my brother like, hey, let's walk through the snow, acting like idiots, just running through the snow, pushing each other, um, throwing snowballs, like we were like kids again. But we're grown as
Yeah,
teenagers, and I was the adult. I think my sister was 19. No, my sister was 17. I was 20, and my brother was I think my brother was no, my brother was like 18, 16. I don't know. Don't remember the ages that well.
that's
But
cool
yeah,
though.
it was
It's like
pretty
a
crazy.
cool memory, and it's like whenever it snows, people just like come together, because it's like you don't have a choice. Like everybody's in it together.
Oh yeah. Oh,
It's like nothing you can do about it.
here's the funny part. We went outside for one reason, to not just experience the snow, but also get that that sock for coffee, how to boil coffee.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like that sock, whatever. We went outside that because my mother was just dying for coffee.
Sure.
So we go to the local store, which was open. Um, get the thing. And then my mom's like, you know what? I could just buy coffee at Dunkin'. Goes into Dunkin', gets a cup of coffee. I'm like, then what's the point of this? Oh, we could just keep it for whenever. Like, I'll make me another coffee when we get home, but the power doesn't turn on anytime soon. We get
Uh-huh.
home, power's on.
Oh,
Because as soon as we all got up the stairs and taking off our shoes, because, bro, we were super cold, um, we hear the furnace click. So my mom, like, jumbled her keys and ran inside. She goes, "It's on!" We're like, okay, she's happy.
so funny. It's like she's freaking out. But so how did Duncan in the store did they have power
Yeah, they had power.
or just your building?
It was several Yeah, it was several different buildings because of I'm guessing because different neighborhood there's different
Yeah.
like different power converters and I don't know, just different sections. So I
Mm-hmm.
guess it was my building was knocked out. So it was my building some like along like going south of my block where my
Mm-hmm.
neighbor who lived across the street, she was fine. Like she was fine.
Okay.
So yeah, but I won't forget. I actually tried to take a shower because the power just turned on, so we're good to go. But I felt nasty. I'm like, I need to take a shower because I was outside playing in the snow. I was sweating.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I just want to take a shower. I'm like, okay, cool. Power's on, gas is on. We should be good. I turned on the water. I was like, holy shit, it's cold. The boiler was not gonna heat up anytime soon.
Oh,
So guess what your boy did?
you took like a hand wipe shower.
No, I took an
Oh,
ice cold shower.
oh my God, dude, that's insane.
Oh my god! I just said, no, what? I'm just gonna do it, and I did. I was
That's
pretty angry
crazy.
at that at first, but I was happy because I laid down, curled myself, laid down, grabbed my dog, threw the blanket over me, and watched the movie.
Yep. Didn't go nowhere in
Didn't go
like 3
nowhere.
days.
Nope. Until the storm settled.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Wild places. And you know what's funny though? In 2011, it actually snowed here for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like everybody came outside, everybody was taking pictures. It was just like it was a huge deal. And I was hooking up my PS3 downstairs, and I saw the pictures, and I was like, "Oh, this is sick." But then I was like, "Oh," but then I moved somewhere where it snowed all the time, and it was like not cool to
Yeah.
like deal with snow ever again. So it's like cool. It's cool to watch from a window.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. But if you have to go out in it, oh, forget it.
Oh yeah, I know.
Forget it.
It's cool to see from like indoors when you're warm, drinking, having a nice warm drink and you're relaxed, maybe eating some comfort food and just like it's so beautiful outside. I feel bad for that pizza boy.
Yep, seriously. So, do you have any hacks on times you have to get up and go to work and get out when you have shit to do when it is snowing?
Um, Not really because I am lucky that I live close to the our transit.
Mm-hmm.
So I live walking distance from our transit, and then from my transit, I'm walking distance from work. Like I'm not going anywhere far. But for those who are that need to travel, and you prefer to take transit over your vehicle because it's easier. Thermals are always a plus. A thermals, like the thermal pants and the thermal long sleeve shirts.
Uh-huh.
They're a plus to keep you warm. Make sure you get the thick socks. That will help. It kind of sucks with your shoes or whatever, but
Wrangler socks. Like
yeah.
I remember first time I got to Flag and it snowed, I was like, I'm not doing this. I went to the Tractor Supply Company.
The
Like
Tractor Supply
the
Company.
most like yeah. The opposite of whatever the opposite of bougie is. Like this was a no nonsense store, okay? And I was like, "Where's your socks?" He like pointed me in the direction. They're on sale. Right, I can literally tell you. I didn't even. Literally remember what I said to myself the first time I bought these socks. I was like, I didn't even know Wrangler made socks.
Yeah.
But I like felt them. I was like, these will do. And they were probably about 3 times the thickness as like any socks I've ever owned.
Yeah.
But they work, and I'm literally wearing them right now. Still wear them to this day.
They're that comfy and they last long. Hey, Wrangler makes some good stuff.
Exactly. They do. They do.
Um, yeah, thermals, either thick socks or you could just wear regular socks and just have your thick boots. Depending on your what kind of job you have, just switch out your shoes for indoors and then keep your boots ready to when you go back out again. That's what my colleague does. Like I said, I hate boots, and I'm happy like the luck I have where I'm living at and how close I am to transit. And same thing for work, so I don't have to switch out my shoes. With my colleague, he
Mm-hmm.
does have to walk from the station to my job, and he's gets off on the metro. The metro is our transit for city to suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how he gets to the city, and then he has to walk from Union Station, Chicago's Union Station, all the way to work, and he needs those boots. This mofo even has rain pants. Have you ever heard of rain pants?
Yeah, yeah, they're important, man.
Dude, I never heard of rain pants.
Really?
I heard of a rain jacket or the
Oh,
ponchos,
that's
never
so
pants.
crazy.
Never heard of
Yeah,
rain
dude.
pants.
Rain pants are a thing.
Dude,
They're pretty. Yeah.
when he first came in with those pants, I was like, "Yo, what's up with those?" I'm like, it's not like I'm thinking it's like for like winter, or whatever, like snow, what you call like snow pants or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because he has his jeans underneath, but it kind of make it look kind of thick. I'm like,
Right.
"Yo, bro, what's going on? It's like gonna be like 80 degrees outside." He goes, "These are rain pants." Rain pants. You never heard of them? You never wore rain pants before? I was like, bro, I have no idea what the hell are rain pants.
Yeah,
So
it's nice because you can wear what you want to wear and then just
yeah,
throw those on. It's like they're not gonna get wet. So like the my go-to for rain pants is like if you're gonna wear jeans,
yeah.
like if you're gonna wear jeans, like put the pants on, nothing gets wet, and you're good to go. But anything other than that, you gotta have those layers.
When I used to work at my other job, um, the student, yeah, it was a nonprofit organization teaching young adults, and this student, I'll never forget. I think he traveled too from the suburbs to the city, and he had a full out like winter gear that you see construction workers use when it's
Mm,
like when it's super cold outside, like it's super thick, like made out of both like the jean like that what's the material the jeans are made out of?
denim?
Denim. Like it was like full padded and denim on the outside, full padding on the inside and insulation. And it's like a whole full bodysuit. I was like, "Hey, bro, doing construction after work?" He's like,
That
"Haha, this is."
sounds
He's like, "Haha, funny. This is my winter gear." I was like, "Yo!" And I used to toughen it out because at this nonprofit I used to work at, I used to have to go from. I used to have a decent like 5 minute walk
yeah,
from the station to there,
right.
and it didn't bother me. Even on this coldest day, the windiest days, I didn't get bothered, and I had to wear like slacks and everything. That was the time where I did wear like thick socks and thermals underneath. But
Mm-hmm.
then when I made it to work, I'm like, oh crap! Now I'm sweating.
Yeah.
My legs are sweating and everything. But that was like the only time I did wear that stuff. But I never like threw on this heavy gear.
Yeah, it sounds pretty comfy, low key. But as you were talking, I thought of one thing, and I have to ask this because it is the Windy City. I know you hate the wind. What do you do about your nose? Do you cover it? Do you not cover it? Like,
Um, it
because like
depends.
the second there's like 2 miles of wind outside, like my nose is running. Like
I
no
want to
option.
say most Chicagoans are already used and built to that, so they don't have like runny noses or get affected. But when it's like super cold and it is super windy, with that combination, you'll see a lot of Chicagoans are wearing some wear ski masks, some wear what's the other one? Some just wear a scarf around their face. That's what I usually do because it's just quick and fast.
So
Um,
you're a scarf guy,
hmm I don't wear scarves as much, but when it's like that,
but you have them.
yeah, I only have one.
Okay.
I don't have like a whole collection of them. I only have one scarf, and I rarely use it because, like I said, I don't have to travel that far. Where before I did, I had to like wrap up my face because it has like it's been real super cold. When it has been real
Yeah.
super cold, and it's like, yeah, my face can't stand this. One thing that has affected me is my hands. If I
Yeah.
don't lotion them up, enough, put enough lotion on them, and I go
Sure.
outside, oh my god, they get super dry and they get super cracky. Like the
Yeah,
skin
for
starts to
sure.
crack. So I have like a little bottle of lotion at work. So when I
Yeah,
get
because
in,
all that wind just like dries up your skin. I mean, I feel it too. Just like
mm-hmm.
you'll put some lotion on your hands, and a breeze will come by, and you're like, "What is wrong? I aged like 30 years just looking at my hands again."
Or it's like I just made a fist and my hand just turned to dust. Dust. What the hell happened?
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, but so what I have like recently discovered, which like I've discovered it like in the desert when I'm like in Palm Springs, but um, a bandana over your nose.
A bandana.
and you can like yeah, and you can like spray like like an essential oil or like even just some like I don't know scented anything, just
Yeah.
like a cologne or like a Axe thing, and then you just when it's super windy, tie it around your nose. Look like a cowboy robbing a train, but
Looking like a bandit.
yeah, but I mean it's comfortable and it's like it's easy to take on and off, and it literally will save your nose.
Yeah. That's good to know.
And yeah, that's sort of been my like new new thing lately. Because we always end up with so many bandanas, and it's just like, where do these all come from? I gotta. It's such a useful piece of clothing, but like you don't know what to do with it, you know?
Yeah. It's, yeah, it's a versatile piece of cloth, you could say.
Yeah, exactly.
My mother uses it to put her hair, like tie up her hair when she's cooking and stuff. So
Yeah, yeah.
there's that.
That's so smart.
Yeah, when I see my mother put that on, I'm like, oh, somebody's to start throwing down. Like when she doesn't have her hair up, it's like, this is a quick meal or whatever. But when she has her hair up,
But when the hair's up, yeah,
with the hair is up and she has the bandana, oh yeah,
that's when you break out the good utensils.
that's when I'm like, yep. I'm like, oh, mama's really cooking.
Nice. Oh man. I guess you don't have any car tips, huh?
Yeah, no, I don't own a vehicle, but
I had a bunch of car tips. Like
get yourself
what's it called?
a starter. That's a major. That definitely helps out. Um,
A
yeah, I
starter?
don't. What you call it? A car starter. Like I don't a remote car starter. I don't. What you call it? I may not have a
Oh
car, but I
yeah,
do
I'm
know the
not that
tips.
bougie.
Yeah, but for those with
Um
modern cars or who even update their cars,
yeah,
like you get
now
a
you
remote
can
starter.
update.
Like
Yeah, some you can get them from your phone and Bluetooth.
oh yeah, that could definitely help, especially if you get the Bluetooth, not the Bluetooth one. They're cellular. They use I think a 3G band. It's a certain
Mhm.
frequency they use. It's a expired frequency that cell towers are not using. So these companies are utilizing that signal. Because I think they used to
Mhm.
use 2G. Now they switched over to 3G for better connectivity and positioning. You can get that GPS.
Got it.
So that we can use your phone. So depending, for folks who have a decent car but don't want to get a new one but just want to upgrade, you could look into that. They could add it to your car, start it up. You could warm it up, and doesn't matter how far you are from your vehicle, be it if you have your own home as in the garage, or if it's parked out, or you live in a city and it's parked outside like 5 blocks away. If you have that cell phone app that comes with it, with that 3G connectivity, I think it might be 2G, but with the 3G connectivity, you could start your car and then walk to the car, and by the time you get there, it's nice and warm. Always carry a brush in your
Uh,
car, even if it's summertime,
brush. Yep.
because
Yep.
that comes in handy no matter what. Um,
Yep. Credit cards to get rid of the snow. Socks on your windshield wipers. Have you ever heard of that?
no, for the ice.
Yeah. So if you put a sock on your windshield wiper before like a big storm, uh, it won't stick to the windshield or the ice won't connect.
Yeah,
And just having that rubber strip is like super vital.
yeah, it
And
just
then
ruins it then.
yeah, exactly. And
Um,
then what else?
I know for a
Oh,
lot of
plastic
Chicagoans.
bags on the mirrors. Have you ever heard of that one?
No, I know for us Chicagoans, a lot of us tend to just lift up our windshield wipes.
Yeah, that's the easy.
Yes,
That's the easy
not
fix.
many people use like socks or whatever brands. I did see people actually do the plastic bag to trick. And like
Oh,
after
okay,
before a
that's
big
cool.
storm, I did see that before.
What I started using it towards the end was you when you're like in a pinch and like you don't have a lot of time.
Yeah,
I'm I microwave like you microwave like some water for like 15 seconds, 20 seconds, just get it like warm,
yeah,
and then mix it half and half with alcohol, like rubbing alcohol,
yeah,
and then just spray it on the windshield, and then the solution will melt the ice
yeah.
pretty quickly, or at least to chunks where like the windshield wiper can get it. So that was like my go-to for a long time too.
Yeah.
But it's crazy, like all these hacks they have, and it's like now, like yeah, people just remote start their cars and like problem solve.
Problem solved. Yeah. You almost start your car. Once the car gets heated up on the inside, that ice in the windshield or your windows or anything start melting off. One thing I saw what was pretty neat on some cars is some fucking cars have a vent blowing out like hot air on your side mirrors.
Oh, that's cool.
I forgot who had that. I think it was my aunt. I was helping her clean out the car. And I went to go like brush off some of the snow on the window on the mirror. She goes, no, you don't have to do that. I'm like, what you mean? Check this out. I was like, no fucking way. This is by far the coolest shit I have ever seen in my life.
That sounds pretty
Because
legit.
I took off my gloves and I felt it. I'm like, holy crap, is hot air coming out of here? She goes, yeah, there's a there's a small vent in there to help take out snow and ice. I was like, that's pretty slick. I like that. And then there's some mirrors that
What
are
will they think of next?
yeah, there's some that have that either the vent or the heated mirrors, like the mirrors we heat up.
Mm-hmm.
My mother's car has a freaking heated steering wheel.
That's cool.
I'm like, yo, this is freaking awesome. Because I hate driving with gloves.
Yeah. I sit on my hand until it's warm.
Sit on your hand and then drive with your knees.
Because I do hate driving with gloves too. Because like, no, I drive with one hand, and then when you get to stop sign, switch, and then just like, go back and forth.
Alternate. Just alternate every stop. Or if you're stuck in that LA traffic, you just send your hands and just slowly let go of the brake every now and then.
Yep. Just nice cruise control at 5 miles an hour.
Nothing like it. It's a great sight.
You know what's funny though is like every time it rains, people are always like, "Oh yeah, LA drivers are the worst," because like everybody's still in a rush to get somewhere, right?
Yeah.
But the irony is like people actually drive the best when it's raining because it's like nobody wants to die.
Pretty much, nobody wants to slip and slide or whatever. But it kills
Because
me. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. You can go like 70 miles an hour down a street when it's dry, right? But like when it's wet, like that'll kill you. It doesn't matter if like there's any cars around or not.
Yeah. I feel like Chicagoans are different. Motherfuckers just speed no matter what's the weather. Be it snow, sleet, rain. And if it's horrible, you still see that one guy.
Yeah, what's funny is like put an LA driver like in the snow, and like then you'll see like how good of a driver they actually are, because like they handle. I think we handle situations pretty well when like they're dangerous, but some other people in other parts of the world, man, they don't care if they live or die.
Yeah. So would you say was that you when you used to live in Flagstaff?
Yeah, dude, I got my truck stuck all the time. I was learning, but I also was like, well, you learn like, okay, well, I can't do this and I can't do this, so like, how do I get around it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
The worst part was like, I was coming home from a party, and I drove all the way across town. I was like a block from my house, and I had to go up this hill, but it started snowing, and it was like snowing hard.
Yeah.
And the tire, like,
no traction.
It just had no traction. And this was before I figured out that I needed cables and that I didn't have a 4-wheel drive. It wasn't reasonable to get a 4-wheel drive vehicle.
Yeah.
So I was like, how do I solve this, right? So thankfully it was 12 o'clock. I backed up the whole mile. Like,
holy shit.
I was like right next to my house, and I like backed up the whole mile, right? And I drove around to the hill that like was a smaller incline.
Yeah.
So I like backed up into the main road and then like just drove around, and that's how I got home. And I was like, well, I can never tell anybody about this because like it's very embarrassing, but like at least I'm home.
Well, you just shared the story on the podcast.
Yep.
I know some folks, I think like, where is it, like Colorado and some other places, they tend to use chains on they either use spiked tires or chains on their. They put chains on their vehicle on the tires itself
Yeah, there's
to
like
give them traction.
chains. I bought cables for the truck. Chains are like sort of kind of obsolete now.
Yeah,
Cables are like the next new thing. So it's like basically like just a really really tight coil
yeah,
of metal, sort of like a. I'm trying to think of a good like example, like barbed wire, but
yeah.
like thicker.
So that it'll
And
like cut through the snow until it hits pavement, and there you go.
yeah, and it's like a Z. So like no matter what side of the tire's on,
Yeah,
there'll always be like metal touching the snow, like breaking up that traction.
nice.
And it's safer on the tire because like metal on asphalt like doesn't really
Yeah,
do anything, just scratches it.
yeah. Oh man, I never seen nobody do that here. Um, I did have seen folks like um walk around with the snow, those snowshoes, like they're like tennis rackets.
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
s-
the big
I did
snowshoes.
I did see people growing up with those. I'm like, are you serious? You don't need that. I just
That's
see
the
some
dream.
folks with snowmobiles. That was pretty funny.
That's another dream too. Have you ever been snowboarding?
Never been snowboarding. Never been
Skiing?
snow skiing or the snowmobiling or any of that. Always wanted to. Um,
Yeah, I think like is there a is like do where do people go like in Chicago?
if they want to
Is there like a
experience, well, we don't have any
mountain
like
nearby?
we don't, bro. This is the Midwest. Everything's just flat.
Like where
Uh,
would you have to go though?
where we have to go. Some folks go to certain places where they create like they create that like hilltop whatever. But
Right.
I think Chicagoans just travel pretty far to like the Smoky Mountains for that. Or
Mm-hmm.
I know the Dells, the Wisconsin Dells,
Right.
they have that
They,
too.
they gotta
But
have snow.
yeah, they get a shit ton of snow as well. But I want to say they create like fake hills, whatever, just to get you that, oh, I'm going
Right.
down, skiing or snowboarding, whatever. Um,
Right.
a lot of the outskirts of the city, like in the suburbs, open areas where there's a lot of snow, people just they do a snowmobile, and they just do it
Mm-hmm.
hardcore. They even have people dragging them on sleds or whatever to get that, that adrenaline thrill and stuff.
That's funny.
So I've seen people do all types of stuff.
Yeah, we gotta go sometime. I think you'd like it.
What, skiing and chilling in the cabin?
Snowboarding in a cabin, yeah, it's a nice aesthetic.
Do I gotta wear a turtleneck? The long sleeve turtlenecks?
Only if you only if you want to go to the bar.
So that's a must. So as soon as I walk in, everybody's gonna be in there with the same thing
Yeah.
on. Oh
You gotta wear
Lord.
your glasses too though.
Oh
It
God.
completes the outfit.
Completely off. We all go and you're just pulling my tail. Everybody's in their normal movie here with the turtleneck on. I'm like, I fucking hate you, Mark.
Yep.
You're like, I had to do it to you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
All
man.
right. Well, I think this is
Good place to wrap it up,
this is
yeah?
definitely a good place to wrap it up. Got some stories out, snow.
Yeah. Send us your tips, guys. Winter weather. Let's hear it, man. We'll share one if we get one. We'll
If we
share
get
it.
at least one,
Nice.
we'll
Yeah,
give you a shout out and we'll share it. Share your story.
exactly. Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, ladies and
Uh, but yeah, thanks for listening, guys. We will be back next week with another episode.
catch you later.